Hi y'all, welcome back to my channel. My name is Jupiter James, where I awaken the astrologer within you. You know, I really do feel that before a time of technology and iPhones and iThis and iPads and iPhones, we were a culture and a society that were better able to look up at the stars and understand exactly what the universe wanted from us. And it is with that knowledge and it was with that language that we were able to interpret our birth charts. That way we could maximize on our potentials. That way we got to our dreams further and faster. And so I'm just here behind this camera, stopping by to remind you of the innate knowledge and the innate gift that you already know and that you already have. That way we all get to our dreams further and faster. And so if that sounds good to you, let's get into it. Today we're going to get into Pluto in the 4th house. Now, Pluto in the 4th house is going to be someone who may have experienced a lot of trauma within their childhood. This could be someone that has a very traumatic past with their family or with their mother, a lot of transformations with their mother, a very deep karmic bond with the mother or with their childhood. They can also be someone in their private life who is very mysterious in this private life. You know, they don't really like to go out or express themselves in the normal way that other people do. But before we go ahead and dive really deep into that very deep aspect, let's go ahead and separate the aspects. That way we are better able to understand what Pluto does, and we are better able to recognize what the 4th house is. And that way, when we see it play out on television or out in the world, we can go, oh, okay, that's Pluto playing out. Okay, that's the 4th house playing out, you know? So, with Pluto in the birth chart for me is always gonna show me where the power of the person is. It's gonna be where this person is very obsessed over, what this person is obsessed over, what people could be obsessed with them over. It could also show me where this person could really see a lot of death and rebirth and transformation. Those are one and the same. Death and rebirth is it's a metaphor for transformation, basically. So I know you hear a lot of people say, oh, Pluto is death and rebirth, and it sounds really fancy and esoteric, but really death and rebirth just means transformation, because when you shed a layer of yourself and you move into something else, an old part of you is dead, you know, and a new part of you is being reborn or birthed into the world. So when you hear death and rebirth, I don't want you to really actually literally think, oh my God, am I gonna die, or is this where? No, it just means transformation. You know, there are certain instances where Pluto does indicate being unalived, but it's very rare and it's very specific instances. And yeah, now with Pluto in the 4th house is going to indicate your mother. It's going to be ruled by Cancer and the moon. Okay, so wherever your respective sign in your 4th house is, know that the original ruler of the 4th house is going to be Cancer, and it's going to be ruled by the moon. Okay, and this means the relationship with your mother. The 4th house also rules the IC, which is the part of your chart that indicates your home life, your private life. You as an adult, who are you when you clock out of work and you go home and you close your doors? What is the style of your home and your apartment, and your private life will show me your 4th house. Your 4th house will show me the style of that, okay? So remember that. Now, what happens when we take Pluto, a very dark, mysterious, transformative planet, and we throw it into the 4th house? This is gonna mean that for me, you probably had a very powerful mother, or you had one or two things happening in your childhood. You probably went through one really big transformation in your life. You probably, you and your mother probably experienced a death together, or you experienced death in some shape or form in your childhood, and that transformed you and transformed your entire family dynamic as a whole growing up. And it transformed you. It transformed, it could be like a split in the timeline, you know, you know how the movies are always talking about the metaverse and the timelines, before this thing happened, right? Before this thing, whatever it was in your life happened, it could be a death, it could be a traumatic experience, you were on the gravy train and everything was fine. And I don't want to say fine, because with Pluto in the 4th house, there's always going to be something happening in that childhood. But this event that did happen when Pluto in the 4th house really did its thing, it sent you on a different path, and even today your life is forever transformed by that, and you are probably someone from that experience that is very keyed in and clued into the undercurrent energies of the world. You are better able to see through things that others have not been privy to because they have not been enlightened in that area of their life. You know, they when you experience something super traumatic, it changes who you are, it changes your DNA, and it changes the way you think about life in general. It changes who you are, you know? And with Pluto in the 4th house, you and your mother could have experienced that. You could experience the death of your mother, or in some instances, but I do know that it's gonna create something in your life where in your childhood you may have experienced something very traumatic and it just transformed who you are forever. You know, you don't know who you could have been without that thing happening in your childhood. Now, it could also mean there's a very big karmic bond with your mother. You could be someone that you know, you and your mother have a testy relationship for one way or another, or your mother was a very secretive, powerful person. She could have been very mysterious or very obsessive or struggled with addictions of some sort. And because of that, now in your private life, you were just a very private person. You could be someone that you see people being social, you see people being out, but for you, you just rather not. You'd probably rather just, like, you know, research your own things and own traumas, and maybe you like astrology when you go home, or you like things that are mysterious. Maybe you like true crime dramas, like you go home and that sort of satisfies you. You go home and you watch things like that because that satisfies a part of you that it can take that, I don't want to say darkness, I'm really trying to stay away from the word darkness, but it can take that feeling of wanting to uncover things and put it into an energy. And for you, that's when you go home and you close your door. It's like when you go home and you close your door, you ain't coming out. Like, good luck with your friends trying to get you back out, because it's gonna be a chore, or it's gonna be a task trying to get you out. But that could be Pluto in the 4th house. You know, you experience a lot of transformations within your private life and just with your mom, and you and your mom probably experienced a lot of traumas together, or your mom inflicted traumas onto you. It could be a really big gamut of trauma and rebirth in the private life and with your mom, and now in your life you are a very secretive, reclusive person because of that, you know? But if this is you, could you let me know if this is you in any way, shape, or form? Are you someone that loves to uncover secrets because you've gone through things in your life and now you just see the world from a different lens, you know? Were you and your mother, did you guys have some type of trauma bond or a traumatic experience that happened to you both, or through the ways of your mother? Maybe you experienced your mother go through something in some shape or form. Could you write down below if this is you? That's all you have to say. You don't really have to go into detail if you're not comfortable with that. Just be like, oh my God, this is so spot on, la la la. Like, and also tell me what sign that your Pluto in the 4th house could be, because then that would it will help me to zoom in and I can write back what you could maybe be experiencing with that 4th house energy. I do know that with 4th house Pluto, you are going to be a very, very good parent and a good mother. You are going to be someone that is going to heal people. You have the capacity to heal others and transform others, because your healing capabilities and your healing capacity is very, very, very powerful. You are very powerful in the area of healing. So although, look, I'm trying to tell y'all, what negative makes for bad, the universe makes for good. And it is because you have gone through what you've gone through that now you know that you are better able to recognize traumas in others. You are better able to zoom in, and just from seeing people, just from talking to someone, you go, okay, I know exactly what this person needs. Oh, this person just needs a hug. Oh, this person needs a Reiki healing. Oh, this person needs to do past life regression therapy, or this person just needs to uncover some dark shadow work that they need to, you get what I'm saying? You, because of the things that you've gone through, now you are able to help others, and you are going to be very, very, very powerful in that area. So yeah, that was my Pluto in the 4th house video. I really, really hope that this helped you and you gained some clarity from it. But I will see y'all on the next one, all right? Y'all have a great day. Bye.